only 3 cygnets. I'm wondering if somebody's been eating chicken of the river. Somebody ate one of the king's swans. I'm fairly sure these were the swans that were coming up with a train in the other video. They were just up there when I took that. It's good that the sun's come up. I'm going to stop here and eat a pear. I found this pear at 3 in the morning in some homeless person being begging outside. I'm not sure where it was. It was on my way up from the bridge to Hammersmith Broadway, not from the bridge, from, I can't remember, it was 3 in the morning. I got so tired. It was, well anyway, that road, when you go up it, you arrive at the big Hammersmith kind of pentagon thing, and then you cross one of the kind of don't know what the word is, the kind of pointy bits in between the roads that leave it. One of them has this bar on it, or a pub or something, and then the next one is the bar. And the only name that comes into my head now is Bernoulli's, but it can't be Bernoulli's bar. But there ought to be a Bernoulli bar, oughtn't there, Eugenia? One that just serves really good single malts. Just the really spiky ones. Still haven't got past page 3 of order theory. But I'm going to go back and have a look at that piece of code. What it was doing was serializing so-called, well, they're definitely serializing cyclical data structures. So it will interest Sophie McLean. These are data structures with cycles in them, and of course they're not even pre-orders. But by breaking cycles at certain points, you can turn them into partial orders. And I suppose you want dominating cycles, because then, well, I don't know why. Dominating cycles, when you take them out, you leave the graph completely disconnected, do you? Is that what a dominating cycle is? And the way I was serializing them, I was using a hash table, which happened to be a red-black tree, a table of red-black trees. A table indexed, kind of hash table based on a red-black tree. And in it I kept the actual address of the objects as I serialized them. And then each time I saw a pointer in the process of serializing, I first checked to see whether it was in the table, and if so, I put that index, the index of that, the destination, into the table. So it was all based on indices into tables, but it came from actual pointers in memory. And I remember writing some drivel somewhere when I was writing code, and it suddenly dawned on me that actually writing code with concrete pointers in memory was somehow different to using indices. And the insight was vague. It was something to do with representation and presentation. But in what context did I come across that? It's relevant to graph reduction processes, but it was I can't remember. Where did I? Oh yeah, I know. It was because of the weird way that I forgot his name. Evans. Definitional interpreters. The way he implements memories. There was something weird about it. He seemed to be indexing things with integers. And that reminds me of something about John Harrison and Boolean. What was this problem? He had a strange comment, which was something like sanity testing the book. And it's about his book. If you look on his web page at the computer lab, it's still there. www.cl.ac.uk/tilde JRH something. I noticed that he's got standard ML. Somebody's ported the code of the book to standard ML. He does something in that book, and it was to do with odd and even and the naturals, or something like that. Man, somebody at Scotland Yard ought to be looking at this, not me.